We have our state Museum of History that has some great history of the state of North Carolina. Houses our Basketball Hall of Fame. Our Sports Hall of Fame. We have several different, with out west, you have the Biltmore, which is probably one of our largest attractions, historic attractions that draws in people year round. But that around that fall and Christmas is probably one of their high parts of the season. But it's just a wonderful aspect.
The Biltmore at Christmas is awesome. It's just phenomenal. It's incredible. It's just gorgeous for sure. For sure.
No, absolutely. And as far as the best barbecue, I mean, that's just, you actually have to come and try that out for yourself, because there's still a battle here in North Carolina where there's Eastern barbecue, and then there's Western barbecue, and then there's Lexington barbecue, which is right in the middle. So it's a real interesting. I'm a transplant to North Carolina from West Virginia, but been here about 12 years now, and I just thought it was an interesting competition there to kind of see who has the best barbecue. But I must say this: I haven't eaten in one that I didn't like, and I've eaten in several. So Lexington barbecue. I've done Smokey's barbecue here in Mooresville, 12 Bones in Asheville, which was actually one of the places that President Obama visited when he was on his campaign trail, the first part of his campaign trail. So 12 Bones is pretty popular out in the Asheville area. But there's several different places throughout the state that you just have to come down and visit and take your pick. And just visit the different areas and try the different types of barbecue, and then decide for yourself which one you like the best.
Well, I'm a certified Memphis in May barbecue judge, so I would be happy to come down and do a tour just of all the barbecue places. That sounds like a fun trip right there, just without even looking at housing, just going to all the barbecue places. But a lot of the people listening don't necessarily want an active adult community. They prefer maybe a master planned community. What kind of master planned communities are down there? I know you have to have a lot of land to be able to do those types of housing, but what's the difference in the number of master planned communities versus active adult communities?
Yeah, well, there seems to be quite a few of those popping up here nowadays because they're becoming so popular. You do have the ones that are master planned that are the gated, or they're 55 plus, and they have the clubhouse and they have all the other amenities. They're maintenance free. So we have, some of the top companies. We have the Dale Webbs and the Toll Brothers locations. Bill Clark owns is another one of the builders in our area, as well as Logan Homes. And they attend a lot of the travels on the retirement shows that we do to promote North Carolina as a good place for retirement, for retirees. So we have several different of those plans. So anyone that's looking at the area can pretty much take their pick. I know the Wilmington area is pretty popular, but I know a lot of the big companies are in the Triangle area, in the Raleigh-Durham, Chapel Hill, as well as the Charlotte area, and even in Asheville and south of Asheville, in the Hendersonville and Flat Rock and Brevard areas are becoming pretty much bedroom communities for Asheville as well. So there's several different places of those types of amenities that a particular retiree could have their options as well.
So what are some of the airports that people would, if they're going to fly in from out of state, what are airports that are close to, like Raleigh versus Wilmington versus other places in the state?
No, sure. So we have the Raleigh-Durham International Airport here in the Triangle area. It's international, so those can fly in. They also do direct flights even to France and England as well. So that's one of the hubs. Charlotte, the Charlotte Douglas Airport is probably our largest airport within the state, but that's another area where they can fly in direct. But we also have there's one in the Greensboro, Winston-Salem area that also has an international airport, and then Wilmington actually has an international airport as well, and it's actually growing. So they're starting to add more flights, add more direct flights. into the Wilmington area as well. But New Bern has an airport, Asheville has a regional airport, so does Greenville. So there's several different places throughout the state that someone can fly into and still be able to, and not be far away from any of the areas of the state that they would love to visit.
Sounds like they could come and stay for a week or so and check it out and still not have to drive too far to see a sample of all the different seasons and the areas and the beauty of Asheville versus the wonderful beaches that you all have. So it sounds like a great trip is in store for a lot of people. I know I work with a lot of people moving to North Carolina, and they can't get over the prices and the quality of living, and just it's more relaxed down there than it is up here because we have a bureaucracy and government and all that stuff. But they moved down there and they just said it's just so totally different. So I really appreciate your coming on the show and talking to us about the entire state. And if listeners want to get in touch with you to get more information, please let them know right now your email address and how they can contact you. And that way we can close up the show with giving them your expertise in an email address. Thanks, Andre, for joining me.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. Yes, they can reach me directly at Andre, that's ANDRE, .Nabors, NABORS, just like Jim Nabors, at visitnc.com. They can reach me there directly. You can also go and check out more information at retirenc.com as well, which houses our certified communities on that site as well. But that's probably the easiest and best way to get in touch with me, because I am on the road quite a bit. But we would love to have anyone come down and take a visit and view any of the areas of the state. I always say once you get here, it's kind of hard to leave.
Well, that sounds great. Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to have to organize a trip just for housing, and then a second trip just for the barbecue, because that's going to take quite a bit of time. I have to taste test everything and figure it all out. So that'll be a whole nother trip for me. Thanks so much.
Hey, we'd love to have you, Debbie.
I will be there, Andre. And I do so appreciate your coming on the show and talking about the entire state of North Carolina, because I think it makes a difference when people are looking at one particular city. They don't think about what's going on in the rest of the state. So it's good to have a good overview. And I do appreciate your taking the time to join me today.
No, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.